What triggered that decision for you to make a change?
I mean, when somebody could control your time, I believe like, no, it's not me. I want to control my own time, even if it's harder, even I'm going to work a lot more, but I was like, I'm going to do this, but not somebody is controlling my time.
And I'm a big believer in that. For me, it's always I wanted time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, and not be told when I have to go to lunch, when I can go to the toilet, when I can eat, and when I can do whatever. I don't know if this was the same for you. Like one of the big reasons actually originally I wanted to get out my 9-to-5 job just so I could go to the gym when I wanted. Like it's actually a true story. So that was a big driver for me. What was the thing that sparked your passion to go all in on kind of fitness?
All in because, see, since 15 maybe, I tried bodybuilding with my oldest brother, okay? I didn't like it at the beginning, but let's try. I was a skinny guy and I was like, I want to get some muscle because I saw the result on my brother, okay? And just kept going. Then I coached him. See, like first he coached me, then I coached him. And I, was honored because he put, like I said, faith on me. He started to believe in me like, oh, this guy could coach me and he could sow the future on me. So he gave me I don't know how to say it. He gave me the permission to coach him and I did it well, I did well.
Was there ever a fear for you in leaving that previous job? Because that's where most people get stuck, is they can't make that decision and they delay that decision so long that then they are almost not an opportunity they can make that decision anymore.
See, for me, I'm an all-in guy. It's like, a gambler. So I don't care, I was afraid when I was I was terrified, but I was like, I'm going to do this. I was in debt, okay? And I lose a lot of money in crypto, whatever. But I was like, I'm going to quit my job. Even if there is no security, there is no, let's say, salary, I'm going to do this myself. And I don't need anyone's help. I mean, there's a lot of people stood by me. And first one is my mom. And it was crazy because, older people, they're like, how are you going to make money without, a stable job? But she was like all in with me. And I love her.
That's very interesting then. So do you think Emirati culture is more risk adverse or more tolerant of risk than Western society in like families?
See, I was in the US. I lived there for 5 years. I remember one guy said, he saw me like doing business, coaching people. He said, non-US people are like taking advantage of the US better than the Americans. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, see, people are just working 9 to 5 and you're just killing it here. And I believe the same here. Like when I went to your event, Charlie, I was like, okay, where is any Emirati? Where's any Arabic guy? Why? It's all just people from around the world. And I just was like, okay, this is the same thing that guy told me in the US. Here in the UAE, it's the same thing. Like people, come on, there's a lot of opportunity. And you see everybody's moving here, right? So it's kind of sad for me.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because it's maybe culturally not as accepted yet?
No, I believe we get a lot of good salaries and people just, I would say, stuck in it. Like you can work your job. Don't be like me and quit your job, okay? But just do a side hustle. There's a lot of opportunity, just it's Dubai, man. I've met people are 23 making millions and I was like, what I'm missing here, So I think this is, like pushed me a lot harder to work, and make my own business.
So you mentioned you obviously lived in the US. What do you think is the big difference from living in the US versus living in Dubai?
No, to be honest, in the US, you got to do whatever. You can do whatever you want, I would say. So nobody can judge you. Here, like you have your family, okay? So they're gonna, a little bit pressure you, you got to do this, you got to do that. But in the US, I had my freedom to go all in, okay? And that's what made me started, Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you think almost maybe seeing American culture with that they're very that way inclined?
American culture, they're always supportive, And when I did my, coaching there, everybody was supporting me. And I loved it. That's the most maybe good thing about the US. They are always supportive,
Yeah, for me, they're probably the most positive people in the world in terms of like trying to lift each other up.
they don't know you and they're like, come on, even in the gym, anywhere, man. So if they see a good t-shirt, like, oh, you have a nice t-shirt, no? That's Andy, go.
Dude, like the first time I remember I went to America, I think might have been in 2019 when I went with Mike to Columbus, Ohio to the big Arnold's thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember like people would just stop you being like, I like your hair, I like your jacket. I'm like, in the UK, like someone says that they think they're going to rob you or something. So it's like, we're so like reserved and kind of standoff. But I like that because it kind of gives that community feel amongst things. You mentioned that you came to our event. Have you been to anything like that before?
It's my first time, and I believe it's the best decision I have ever made. I believe people should like connect with people who make, you know, more money than them, have more knowledge than them, and it's always worth it because I've gained that money I spend on going to that event, you know. So for now, I made on coaching only since I started, Charlie. It's like 30K now. I told you 961, okay? And I have another business, but I don't talk about it because I feel it's cheating because I'm only talking about your program. But in total now, I made 45,500,
okay.
You know?
What would you say is the biggest thing that's driven that forwards for you?
Being in the event?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Well, no, in terms of getting to that type of revenue, because a lot of people, if they're a personal trainer in the gym here in Dubai, they might listen to that and think, well, that's unachievable for me.
I mean, now, no, I saw in your comments, like you put my video like as an ad and a lot of disbelievers. I was like, he's a liar. How much you get paid to say this? And I was like, man, this is my reputation. I'm not going to ruin my reputation to say, oh, I made 40, 30. Yeah. I don't care. And come on, like, let's say there's a guy from, like, not from Emirati. Okay, not from UAE, sorry. He can lie because he's going to go back to his country. But for me, it's like... me lying about this and staying here is just gonna chase me. Yeah. I don't know, like chase me forever. So I can't be lying, you know? Does that make sense?
100%. I think that's also where the internet is a very interesting place where you see some people inspired by other people, by certain things. Some people will always call everything a scam, and they call something a scam or this isn't real because they know they can't do it because they don't have the belief system in themselves to do it, if that makes sense.
I mean, when I told people who are making more than me, like I made this amount of money in this period, he's like, oh, that's good. He didn't question. He didn't like, you know, have a doubt. Oh, maybe this guy's, but other people, and I'm sure they are making less than me, they're saying it's a scam or whatever.
And that's just a people's mindset and what they're exposed to. I think that's actually less in Dubai because you're exposed to a lot of success and wealth, whereas like the UK is very cynical. So like everyone in the UK will throw stones at people who are trying to be successful, which is why a lot of people are leaving and a lot of them have obviously moved here like myself.
I mean, everywhere, even in the US, I met people, you know, would try to put you down.
US is bad as well.
Even here, but you just, you got to focus on the positive people and you never, this is never people, go to someone who's, you know, negative because you can't lift someone up, you know, so always go away from them. If somebody's negative, don't try to fix them. Just try to tell them something, didn't work, just go away, man.
What do you think was the biggest single thing you took from being at the event?
Being at the event. Okay, so I'm going to mention two people and I appreciate them. These two people who made it, you know, I would say possible, you know. So Dave, of course, Dave Kennedy and Dom. When you hear like they're doing 240 or 200, I was like, okay, it's doable. Because I've never thought about that number. When I hear people doing 20K, I was like, is that real? But when you hear like 200, I was like, okay, 20 is nothing, 30 is nothing. And I've made 30 and still nothing. And I believe so. It's not just me just talking, you know, I like believe deep inside, like I should go more. So thanks for Mr. Kennedy and for Dave. Yeah, I'm serious.
I think it's good because it's also, I remember in start of 2020, I thought I was like a Billy Big Balls in fitness in the UK. I was making like 30K a month. And I remember I went to an event in America and it's probably a similar thing that happened to you. And I met one of my best friends now and he was like, oh, how much money do you make a month? I was like, oh, like 30K, like this is really good. And I was like, how much do you make? And he was like 1.2 million. I was like, yeah, like my soul and belief system just evaporated in one.
And you feel it in your gut, you know?
Yeah, it's like, because like, it's like someone inventing fire. And I had the same thing actually, funny enough, that I did to a massive group of people that I spoke at an event in 2021 for someone else who has a mastermind here in Dubai. And I was making maybe 150,000 a month at the time in my fitness business. And I was like, oh, like I casually was just saying these numbers, like, because I didn't know, I thought that was normal because all my friends were doing the same thing. And people were just like perplexed where they couldn't sleep that night because they couldn't understand how that was even possible because they were stuck making 5K a month. And this other guy's doing like 150. Like, how is this even possible? So I think that's like the law of exposure. When you get exposed to people at like a whole nother level, you're like, oh shit, that actually is what can be possible. And people remove that glass ceiling for themselves. Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.